Right, so now let's talk about transactional funding, or what I call fund a flip. See, transactional funding is what it is. What we provide is sort of transactional funding on steroids. All right, so you need it today when you're doing back-to-back or short-term flips, because bank deals are not assignable. You've got to close, and because you can't use your buyer's money to close, you got to have wet funds. Here's how a flip deal works. You have your party A is the seller, party B is you, and party C is your buyer. So there's the A to B transaction, and there's the B to C transaction. And it all happens in a matter of minutes, and it's all handled by your closing agent with our help. Now, I want you to understand something. When you get into one of these deals, you're not on your own. We're right there with you, because we have a vested interest in getting this thing closed. In fact, nobody gets paid until this deal closes. So you'll have my team working on your behalf to make sure this goes as smooth as a baby's bottom, because we want to fund your deals. And the fact of the matter is, if this deal doesn't go, you don't need my funding. It doesn't help anybody. Nobody gets paid until the deal closes. So when you have us on your team here as well, you're leveraging my expertise, my assets, my team. Think of what that means to you. It puts you in a completely different category. What type of deals are we talking about? Bank-owned REOs, certainly, and short sales. You're going to need transactional funding, flip funding for those types of deals, and you won't need it on FSBO deals. So you're going to need transactional funding anytime you're flipping and cannot use an assignment. Banks don't allow assignments. So you won't need transactional funding on FSBO deals because they're assignable. Now, I don't have time to explain that, but when we get together after this, like I know we will, I'll definitely flesh that out for you and dot all the I's and cross the T's. Bottom line is, if you're in the foreclosure game, you simply must have funding to close your deals in today's world. Get on board with me, and you've got transactional funding when you need it. And here's the good news: your competition doesn't. Yes! Once again, we crush them. All right, understand this is not a hard money loan. In fact, it's not a loan at all. It's funding. So I don't care about your credit. I don't care about your income. I don't care about your assets. None of that matters to me. You know, the fact of the matter is, you could literally live in a van down by the river and you qualify. This is a different type of funding system than your typical bank or hard money lending, where you've got to fill out a big, long application and talk about your income and W-2s and assets and all that stuff. This is different. This is entirely different, which is what makes it so exciting, especially right now. When would now be a good time for you to get in this game and start playing hard? Now, in order for this to work, you do need to have a committed buyer lined up and ready to go. Fact is, when you sell cheap, you've got buyers waiting in line for your next deal. And so the A to B doesn't work without the B to C lined up, and the B to C doesn't work without the A to B. So you got to have a committed buyer lined up and ready to go. And here's the good news. Because of your relationship with Todd Morgan, I'm going to give you my very, very best rate. It's only 2 points on same-day deals, 2 points. All right, so let's look at that. The Rugby Road deal was a $76,000 purchase price. A few closing costs. We will fund closing costs for you. So a few closing costs, it might have been $77,200 or $77,500, something like that. I don't know. Just call it $80,000 to keep the numbers real simple. So 2 points are 2% of $80,000. How much is that? It's $1,600. Is that a lot for you to pay for the use of my money so that you can pocket a $55,000 check? That's chump change. That's what we call pocket lint, the stuff you throw on the floor when you're trying to make exact change at Walmart. Guys, it doesn't get any cheaper. But wait, hold on, though. Is that a good return on my money? It's huge, and it's why I do it. I'm not looking for half your profit. You know, that's a pretty common model. I'll fund your deal if you give me half your profit. That's not what that is not what I'm doing. I just want my little bitty piece, my little bitty bit, which is a big return on my investment, and you get the giant paycheck that changes your life and the life of those that are close to you, and then you go do it again. See, the fact is, I need to get you to the first deal. Once you do one deal, it's like crack cocaine. You're hooked for life. You'll never look back. At least that's what they say about that stuff. This is the same thing. You're hooked for life, but it couldn't be better. You do one deal, you'll be back for more and more and more and more. And with iFlip doing the work, the leads coming in, the buyers list constantly growing, you've got momentum. You've got a tailwind. That's what I'm talking about. And that's how I end up funding so many deals. I want to fund yours. All right, so there are no hidden fees with this, by the way. There's no application fee. There's no interest. There's no prepayment penalty. I don't play those games. Oh, and there's no minimums. So if you do little deals, I'm not going to sting you and make you wish you didn't. That's not how I roll. It's nice and easy. It's done the way I would want it to be done if I were the customer. And, of course, you get unlimited transactions. What the heck good would me limiting those transactions do for either of us? The more you do, the happier I am. And like I said, I just need to get you to that first one. Now, if you're excited like I am and you see the opportunity, get on over right now to realestateacademy.net/Cameron. realestateacademy.net/Cameron. If you're excited and you want to get on board with me, you're going to want to do that because what I have to offer I can only do for a few people. So get over there now if you're ready to go. Okay, here's a quick letter from email from Faradun Safai. It says he's a great customer of ours. We've funded a bunch of deals for him. He's out in California. It says, Dear Cam, we closed our short sale flip deal today, and I'm writing to say thank you. We couldn't have done it without you. We netted just over $40,000, and without your funding, we wouldn't have made a dime. So without the funding, it would have meant no paycheck for Faradun. With the funding, 40-plus grand in his pocket. That's what I'm talking about. In the big picture, your fee was nothing. Even if you charged more, it would be worth it. I recommend your service to everyone. It's perfect for this market. So bottom line, without Fund to Flip, without that transactional funding, without me backing you up like that, you're on the bench. With it, you make more money. There are a lot of people who will sit on the sidelines and watch this lifetime opportunity in the foreclosure business pass them by because they don't know where to get the money to do their deals. Not you. Not anymore. How's it feel? All right, here's some frequently asked questions on the funding. I'm going to knock these out, and then we're going to wrap it up. How much funding is available? A lot. However, I do have a single transaction limit of $600,000. So if you're dealing in entry-level homes, is that enough? Good Lord, you could live in Honolulu, Hawaii, and it would be plenty. Is there a limited number of deals? No. What good would that do anybody? The more you do, the happier we both are. I just need to get you to that first one. Will you fund commercial deals? Sure. I'll fund dirt. I don't care. Are stated income and assets okay? They're fine. I'm not going to ask. Is there a loan application? No. We have a funding request form that will take you 2 minutes to fill out that we had to spread out to make it fill one page, but it's by no means a loan application. Those are yucky. Will this work where I live? These are real questions, by the way, from folks just like you. Yes, this works everywhere. Everywhere. Because the foreclosure bonanza that is at our feet, while there may be more deals in some states, it's going on everywhere. And now you can do deals anywhere you want, right from the comfort of your desk. Can I only use the proof of funds with your funding? I don't care. If you use my proof of funds and we don't fund the deal, I don't care. If I fund the deal and you didn't use my proof of funds to get it, I don't care. I'm easy. Are there hidden fees on the funding? Nope. We've already covered that. Whose money is used? This is really important. Whose money is used on the funding? Mine. Mine. Every deal we've ever funded, we funded with my money, not somebody else's. So here's the reality. There are guys out there who sell real estate training programs who say, yeah, I got your proof of funds and your transactional funding, you betcha. No, they don't. They're just trying to hook you into buying their course, and then they pawn you off on some third party who they may not even know and who we all hope takes good care of you and who fills your inbox full of a bunch of junk. That is not how I roll. You are dealing direct with the source. And do you think that's good? Do you think that's important? It's huge. You're dealing direct with the source. Who should I use to close my deals? If you have a closing agent, a title company, an attorney that you like, we'll work with them. If you need a referral, we got one for you. We'll save you the trouble of working with one who doesn't get it. Do you do longer-term funding? Yes, we do. This is transactional funding on steroids. because we zig when the market zigs and zag when the market zags. There are deals out there where there's just no way to close it on the same day. No big deal. A common scenario is the deed in the A to B transaction where you were the buyer needs to be recorded and certified before the B to C transaction will fire off. We deal with that every day. It's a couple-day delay. And when we get together after this and you get more information from me, you'll learn how that we still consider that a same-day deal in most cases. Then there's the one where the bank says you can't resell this house for 30 days. What kind of a stupid rule is that, by the way? I really love somebody to explain to me how that helps anybody. But it is what it is. We work with that as well. The bottom line is not every deal will close same day. We understand that, and so we roll with it. Yes, we do longer-term deals. Am I guaranteeing I will fund your deal? No, I cannot do that. I will say this, though. On same-day deals, we'll do them till we're all blue in the face. On longer-term deals, all I ask is that they make sense. They need to make sense. Here's a quick spreadsheet of recent fundings that we've done, and it's worth looking at. You got on the left the customer, where the property was located, then further to the right how much we funded, and then the green column on the right is what the profit that the customer, our student, made. Okay, so let's look at Jason Monty. He's just a little bit more than halfway down. The deal was in Sewanee, Georgia. We funded $106,000. It was a same-day deal. 2% of $106,000, I think, is like what, $2,120, something like that. So I made $2,000. Jason made $39,000. 2 for me, $39,000 for Jason. 2 for me, $39,000 for you. Do you think my making $2,000 on that and you making $39,000 on that bothers me? No, not at all. In fact, I love it. It's a huge return on my investment. You get the life-changing check, which lights a fire under your backside and has you out bringing me more and more and more and more deals. And the next thing we know, you're another huge success story. You know, the bottom line is it was about 3.5 years ago, I found myself sitting on a pile of cash, and I thought, well, I could put this in the stock market. Oh, am I glad I didn't do that. And I came across this transactional funding thing, and I said, you know what? That interests me. I did my homework. We got really good at it. And you know what really drove me was that Zig Ziglar saying, help other people get what they want out of their lives, and you'll have everything in the world you ever desired. I've been in the business of helping people for, over 15 years. This pushed it to the next level, really the next level. You know, I'm 48 years old. I've made some good decisions in my time, and finding myself in a position to be able to do this for you is something I have not fully reconciled. The extent to which I am changing people's lives is still somewhat challenging for me to fathom and certainly difficult for me to articulate. I love this, and I couldn't be happier about it, and I am really, really excited to fund your deals too. All right.